What is up, everybody? Quick Draw here, back with another video, and today's video is the third installment of Comic Book Wednesday. Let's check it out. On today's Comic Book Wednesday, I have I'm going to talk about my favorite X-Men, which is Gambit. I got some figures over here of Gambit. He's one of my favorite ever since the 90s when I watched the Saturday morning cartoon, X-Men cartoon. But I'm going to show off the first ever solo comic Gambit had. He's not really solo in here, but it's the first runs that has his name on the cover. This was a four-issue run. Of course, this was published by Marvel Comics back in 1993. This one's been written by Howard Mackie. He's known for his revamp back in the 90s of Ghost Rider. The art in the book and the cover art has been done by the legendary Marvel artist Lee Weeks. Some of his other projects consist of Spider-Man and also World War Hulk. Now, some of the characters in this run, of course, Gambit and Rogue is also throughout these issues. This is a great story. You learn more about Gambit's background, growing up in New Orleans, and that he was part of the Thieves Guild, and they have an ongoing feud with the Assassins Guild. Now, Gambit's adopted father is named Jean-Luc, I guess how you say it, LeBeau. He is the leader of the Thieves Guild, and Gambit also has a brother, Henry. The first issue starts off with a character called the Tith Collector. He works for Chandra. Chandra is a member of the Immortal Externals. And what goes on is every year Chandra sends the Tith Collector down to New Orleans, and he just collects contributes to Chandra, and in return the Assassin Guild gets an elixir of power, and the Thieves Guild gets an elixir of life. That's the Tith Collector right here. The next page, it brings you to the X-Mansion with Gambit and Rogue are training. And also in here is Wolverine and Storm, which are testing their abilities. And then Henry comes along and tells Gambit that he is needed down in New Orleans. So Gambit finds out that his wife, Belladonna, which is her father is, I don't know how to pronounce his name right, Marius. He's the leader of the Assassins Guild. And she also has a brother, Julian. I forget what issue it is. It's not in this one. I think it might have been in the first appearance of Gambit, which I have right here. He tries to marry Belladonna to try to get rid of the feud between the Assassins Guild and the Thieves Guild. Didn't really work out because Julian challenged Gambit to a duel, and Gambit won and supposedly killed Julian. But he comes back to life, and Julian wants both elixirs for himself. But throughout this comic book, Gambit's trying to get the life elixir to try to save his wife, Belladonna. She's like on the verge of dying, I guess. I don't want to spoil this too much, just in case you guys want to go out and buy this comics. But this is the first issue. You got a nice little like gold kind of inlays on here. It's pretty nice. Got a nice little picture of Gambit up here. The first issue is a really good read. I suggest all 4 of these issues for any Gambit fan out there. Here's the second issue cover. This is Belladonna. This is when he actually makes it back to New Orleans, and he just walks right into the Assassin's Guild, demanding to see Belladonna, and of course the assassins try to attack him, and that's when Ro comes in after Gambit told her to stay at the X-Mansion, but she actually confessed her love to Gambit in the first issue, and she wasn't going to let him go down there by himself, so she comes in, lends a hand, whips some butt. It was great. Here's the third issue. This is Julian. He is trying to attack Gambit because he's trying to get both elixirs for himself. He's a greedy little beehole. And this is the last issue. I'm not going to tell you what happened in this one, just in case anybody wants to find this run and read it for themselves. Did Gambit save his wife Belladonna? I don't know. I'm not going to tell you. Well, that's all I have for you for today. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button for me, and leave a comment. What's the last comic book you guys have read? And until next time, I'll see you later. Peace. Choose